Oh.
Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to Past the Sticks. I'm your host, JB. Joining me as always, Tsunamic Wave and Tokyo Swift. What's good, y'all?
Hey,
What's
man,
going
I'm
on,
chilling.
man?
How y'all feeling?
Good,
Chilly,
man.
chilly.
Good, man. Glad to have you back. Shout out to Gamer Live Look for filling in for Wave last week. Yeah, man, it's been a while, man. So Wave, definitely got to get what games you've been playing for the past 2 weeks. But yeah, if you are new to the show, we split the show into 4 parts. We start out what games are currently playing. Then from there, we'll go on to this week in gaming, which talk about games that dropped throughout this week in history. Then from there, we'll get into some industry news, and then we'll get to the spin wheel. One gotta go, game versus all types of stuff. So we're gonna kick this one off with Wave, man. I guess the last 2 weeks, if any, what games have you been playing, bro?
So obviously everybody know I wasn't here last week. I do want to give a little insight. I hurt myself. I couldn't sit down for long periods of time. That sounds crazy, so pause. So that's why I couldn't do the show. So I want to say I
Hey,
appreciate you.
yo.
Pause. I appreciate you, Game Alive Look, for holding me down if you in here. And if you're not, when I see your name pop up, I'm a thank you again. But for the 2 weeks that I had, the time I have been able to put into gaming, I've been kind of all over the place. I'm not gonna lie. Um, the games I've been focusing more of my attention on though are my normal shooters, Warzone. But I did go into back to State of Decay 2. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that game too much,
Oh yeah.
but
Oh yeah.
I've been playing a lot of that with the homies. I started playing Arc back, and then Elden Ring. I'm getting back into Elden Ring. I had started New Game Plus when I beat the game, and then got through like half of it and just stopped. But with the new DLC coming out next month, I'm trying to get my timing back. Because I definitely don't got it. I'm in there getting killed by little minions that I normally wipe the floor with. And even people invading my world is a little bit harder than it usually is because I don't have the timing. So just putting work into getting ready for that DLC and kind of just being all over the place.
Nice.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Tokyo Swift, what you been playing, bro?
I finished It Takes Two.
Okay.
Yeah, I finished that and my wife for like the other day. Yeah, like I said, I can see why I went one game of the year. I'm a believer. It was fire. Like the game is good. Like our daughter was sort of watching us play it too, so it was a cool family activity. And she was like, "Yeah, I want to play those. We'll see. Like, when are they gonna make It Takes Three?" And I'm like, it's like, yo, like that's a good ass idea. That's a good ass idea. So I'm like, yeah, I'm like, so shout out because they said I looked it up online. They said the developers said they're gonna move it on to the next project. They didn't really want to make a sequel to it, but I'm like, yo, you gotta follow up with that, man.
Is there?
You gotta
Yeah.
follow up. It's there for the taking, man. Just do it. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great. Yeah, like I can't recommend that game enough. Like it was super fun. It's definitely a refreshing take because it embraces couch co-op. So and you know how I feel about that, like a lot of the couch co-op. So definitely get that. I've been playing a lot more Splatoon 3 now. Like we're starting to get really like into it now. Like it's yeah, I mean, like it's a fun game. Like I said, like Nintendo Miss, like it's a easy game to learn, very easy game to learn, but very hard to master. Like, so it's like, but it's fun. It's a really fun game. It's super low stakes, you know, I mean, like the modes are fun, like especially like the turf war. It's like literally you don't have to come across nobody. You can just, if you want to just shoot up a wall, like that's fine, you know. So like stuff like that. So it's very low stakes. I'm like, Nintendo really did that right with the getting kids into basically like shooter games, you know, without actually having to kill people. But yeah, like that's cool. Like, and I started playing FIFA 23 again, like because I play FC24 like the trial, but I'm like it's not a good game because it's like because it's so stripped down and bare bones in terms of like the leagues you can play in, like or the nations you can represent for the World Cup or like other competitions. It's basically like just all European. Like I actually went through the list and counted. There's 31 teams, like just 31 countries represented in the game. 24 of them are all European. So it's like, so you're not going to get a World Cup. You're going to get a Euro, like a Euro Cup, like which is actually happening now. So, yeah. So I mean, yeah, but like, so I started playing 2023, like just like because there's a little bit more options in there, more teams, stuff like that. I'm starting to suspect that it probably has something to do with FIFA not being affiliated with the game anymore.
Right, which we covered last week with 2K25 possibly being a thing, 2K26 or whatever. Yeah. So for me, I've been playing WWE 2K24. Which they just dropped a new DLC. Which again, the game is good. I'm starting to feel with the wrestling games how I kind of feel with Madden 2K, the usual. Like I like they took the year off, and the game is much better for it. But I think with these yearly release games, I'll play them when they launch, and then probably within 3-4 months later, I'm done with it already, right? I know some people say it's always been like that, but I don't remember playing Live 05 for the first 2 or 3 months, and that's it. You know what I mean?
It has not always been like that. This is a new. I think we just having a fatigue on it because we've been playing basketball, wrestling, and all these games since the 90s, since the mid 90s. So we probably just fatiguing on it, man.
So yeah, especially with these yearly releases. So I played that. I also played some the Tony Hawk, was it Pro Skater 1 and 2 remake, whatever it's called. Again, that's just like mindless fun. Put some music on in the background and just play. Still playing Hellblade 2. Again, still enjoying that, complete bias aside. And that's it, man. I meant to get into some of the Perfect Dark that we'll talk about in a little while on the Switch Online expansion pack. Wave, so we'll talk about the Nintendo Direct, of course. But let's get to the chat right now. Then let's get into This Week in Gaming. Jess said, "Hey, what's going on?"
Yo,
Andrew, what's good, bro?
Yo,
he said, yo, what up? He said, "I've been on a Izanzo kick."
I'm glad you pronounced everything because I would have messed that up.
World War I multiples and Star Wars Hunters on mobile, and I'm hooked. I heard good thing about the Star Wars Hunters. I'm not familiar with the other one, but Andrew, what's your thoughts on Civ 7, man?
Oh yeah, fam,
you know it. Announced.
Yeah, because y'all like the only two fans of the franchise and shit. We gotta y'all sides of it.
I mean, like
about it.
I keep telling you, go to the Civ Reddit. Like there's millions of us, man.
Word, man. Yo, let's get on to This Week in Gaming. We look back on games that dropped throughout this week in history, and we're gonna kick this one off with a game going back to 1995, y'all, and that is Spider-Man and Venom Separation Anxiety on the Super Nintendo as well as the Sega Genesis. And I'm gonna kick this one off with Tokyo Swift, man. What's your thoughts on Spider-Man and Venom Separation Anxiety?
Well, I'm like, honestly, like, I'm a big fan of Spider-Man, and so I always cape for Spider-Man. I'm like, this is this ain't like the Spider-Man games back then didn't really hit as hard as they do now for obvious reasons. Like, cause like it's like as you see on the screen, it's basically Streets of Rage. But with Spider-Man and Venom. So I mean, but it was still cool because like I said, like the characters are just cool enough that it don't matter what, like they could be sitting down playing checkers and I'm gonna check it out. So it's like yeah, I mean, so from that, so like I said, like you say, like with Hellblade, I'm a little bit biased with it, you know. So, but it's like, but yeah, like, but it was just a decent enough game, you know. Like I said, it's basically a Streets of Rage clone, but like, I mean, don't think about that too much. But I mean, but Streets of Rage was an amazing game and franchise. So if you want to copy somebody, that definitely copy them, and they seem to make it work.
Yeah, so I literally like when going back and looking at this game, and I probably should have just popped the game in, but at first, you know, obviously having hindsight of everything that came after it, I was like, yo, what the hell is this, man? But then I had to go back and check myself, the X-Men game that dropped around this time, the Spider-Man game within itself that dropped around this time. So I was like, okay, then I've said amazing things about Maximum Carnage, right? So like I had to go back and remember this is what it was before we were swinging through cities and stuff. So I had to check myself. This game is cool. Like I said, I'm not as much of a fan as well as some of the other ones that released around this time, especially that X-Men game that we all know and love. But yeah, Separation Anxiety was cool. It's weird because I'm just doing the research. It's like people either hate it or they absolutely love it. There's not much in between, you know what I mean? Which is interesting for a Spider-Man game. Usually it's mostly positive or negative. So it's just interesting to see. Wade, what's your thoughts on Spider-Man and Venom Separation Anxiety?
I mean, I think you and Tokyo kind of summed it up kind of perfectly, especially Tokyo with the fact that this is just a reskin. But you know, that's kind of how the games was back in the days. You know, you had either the Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat kind of thing, or the East Side scrolling games. On the other hand, though, I never actually heard of this game until today. When I got a chance to open up the outline and do my research and stuff. So it was kind of cool to see because I've never played a game where Spider-Man and Venom kind of teamed up, and I didn't play the Miles Morales Spider-Man, so I don't know if that's on that, you know what I mean? So this would have been kind of like that chance to see a team up, which is pretty cool, you know. On that side of it, I think it's dope. But like most said, it's just a copy and paste. So these kind of games is fun to me. I'm sure it's fun to you guys too, because this is what we kind of grew up with.
Right.
But yeah, it's not a lot to say.
I mean, he killed me with the Streets of Rage thing because it's true. Like now I'm thinking about it, right?
Streets of Rage, man.
Andrew said, freaking stoked about Civ 7.
You and the other two people.
He said no Aunt May in this game, unfortunately. Like, nah, no Aunt May. Jess said, you know, I'm Team Spider-Man is the best superhero for video games, but now that I'm thinking about it, I think Venom might actually be the perfect villain for video games, which is honestly kind of perfect. And then said, and yes, I know he's technically an anti-hero, but I'm going to count him. What's your thoughts on Venom, man?
That dude be eating people.
Like, we always talk about Spider-Man being like the perfect. What do you think about Venom in video games?
Yeah, I mean, like it works because it's like because it's funny, like the cliche to like and the criticism to Marvel, like and Marvel movies and stuff like that, and Marvel medium in general, is that the villains are basically just replicas of the heroes, like because like it's an eternal, like, and yeah, like in a lot of ways, like Venom is another Spider-Man. Like it's just like so I mean, but at the same time, I mean, like that's like because you gotta fight the inner like demon in yourself. Like it's like because like it's like she's like just said, like he's an anti-hero. It's not clear cut. Oh well, this is a villain. He's a bad guy because he's bad guys and he's robbing the banks because it's fun, you know. Like so it's like he might be doing questionable or morally shady things, but it's maybe for good reason, or like, so it's like, yeah, like it's so it's like kind of thing, like you gotta makes you think. It's like, okay, like, oh, everybody, it's not just good guy versus the bad guy thing. It's kind of just like, which side are you on, you know?
Right.
Yeah, I agree with Justin. I think it's because, like Mo said, Venom is Spider-Man. He just black and he blue or black, blue and black,
Right.
black and blue, whatever. But you know, that's pretty much the same thing. So all you gotta do is it's like a reskin of Spider-Man.
Right.
You know, so that's it, just make it easier.
That makes
Except
sense.
he actually could eat people in half
Palette
with one bite.
palette swap ninjas, yeah.
Right.
And what do we consider an anti-hero though? Because like this dude, even in the Disney video movies, when they was trying to make him an anti-hero, because Venom always been a villain in the cartoons. Then now they making these movies and he anti-hero, but he eating people. So like because he's saving his company, that make him a hero. I'm confused. It's like kind of like with Deadpool. He's literally shooting people, but because he saved a little boy, he's a hero or anti-hero. I don't think it works like that.
Andrew said, I want a Carnage villain game. Kid Rock during the day and Carnage at night.
Kid Rock,
they had one. I forget the name of it, but I remember it was a PlayStation 1 game, where Carnage was the main villain. Like, because I remember watching one of my boys play
it. Spider-Man 2000.
Yeah, something like that. And because it was for PlayStation 1, like, and he kept dying at the end of it, like, because I know Carnage he chased you down, and he kept stabbing, you kept screaming "die!" over and over again. So,
I know exactly what you're talking about. Just that Carnage goes crazy. All right, yo, let's get to the next game we're talking about. Where the next game we're talking about is Twisted Metal Black, was dropped in 2001, June 18th. Man, this is like the real takeoff of the PS2. I know it had a decent launch titles, but 2001 was the big one for PS2. I'm gonna kick this one off away, man. Twisted Metal Black, though, this a lot of folks say this is one of the best. Some argue Twisted Metal 1 or 2, but what's your thoughts, Wave? Twisted Metal Black.
I mean, I think the people that first I want to reply on what you just said. So I think the people saying that Twisted Metal 1 or 2 is the best is only saying that based off of nostalgia, because this looks way better than 1 and 2. Obviously the story mode might not be better, but the way it looks, the way it plays is better than 1 and 2. So like this is what you want to see in a franchise. You want to see them get better. You want to see the graphics get better. You want to see the gameplay become smoother. You want to see them continue a sensible storyline. You know what I'm saying? Because I know sometimes it do change, but it got to make sense. And I think Twisted Metal Black does all of that very well. So I would agree that this might be the best one. Now, me personally, I like 2 because nostalgia, but that was my point in the beginning. But if I'm being non-biased, I would say that this is the best one, based off of everything I said earlier.
Can't argue with that. Tokyo Swift, Twisted Metal Black, talk to me.
Yeah, I mean, like exactly what Wave said, man. I mean, like it's in terms of graphics, gameplay, storyline, it just got better than its predecessors, and that's all you can ask for a sequel. Is just to keep getting better. Don't forget where you came from, but get better at the same time. And I think that I agree with Wave. I think it is one of the better Twisted Metals. Now to be completely honest and fair, I always thought that I didn't never really care for the franchise. So I mean, I can't sit here and give you like a tier list of it, so like that, because honestly, I don't care enough. But at the same, I was more of a Vigilant eight guy, but I mean, I see where this definitely has a niche, it definitely has a cult fan base. I mean, like there's still with the TV show that came out, apparently I hear that it was very good. Yeah, so it's they really enjoy this franchise. It'd be cool to see them come like because I don't know when the last time they made a new game. It's been a while, but
yeah.
I would like to see like, okay, where do they go from here? Especially to take advantage of the new popularity of the show. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a solid game. Like, I mean, like it's especially nowadays, like when you think about like online line gameplay and the fact that you can host these ridiculous 16-on-16 battles, or like sometimes in the case of a bad battlefield, like what, like 128 or 128, you know.
Right.
So it's like,
Right.
yeah, I mean, like you can try to get this into a big gigantic online multiplayer arena, like that'd be super cool, especially now that, because it basically is every man for himself. So it's basically like the battle royale before battle royales became a thing.
Absolutely. So basically, I agree with what you said. I think the only thing I'll add is like, not only is this a great way to make a sequel, it's a great way to leap onto the next gen, right?
Yeah.
Cleaned it up, but still kept it at its core. Sometimes we've seen franchises leap to a new console and just kind of like lose itself somehow, some way. Like we all remember, was that Madden 06, I think, on when it jumped to PS3 and Xbox 360. It just didn't leap right. And then Madden 07 was the first one that kind of worked. So completely agree with y'all on the Twisted Metal front. The show was cool. Not the biggest fan of Anthony Mackie. Nothing against him personally. It's just like,
it sounds personal. Like it sounds personal.
Nah, man. Nah,
you don't like
good job, bro.
You don't like Papa Doc, yo.
Nah, man, nah. Like I'm cool with him as Falcon, but but like the show was cool. Basically, if you played the games, then like even if you're like kind of fair weather fan of the games, you can there's stuff you'll remember. You know what I mean? If you watch the actual show. Andrew, I know, is a big fan. Andrew said, yes, biased opinion, but there was not a bad Twisted Metal game.
I agree, man.
I'm not the biggest fan of the one that jumped on I think it's PlayStation 3, but I'm not mad at that though. Jess said still want to check out the show. Yeah, the show's cool. I think it's 10 episodes on what's the
Peacock.
NBC one? Peacock, yeah.
Peacock?
Yeah.
So
I think Anthony Mackie did a good job, man.
Oh yeah?
For what he's supposed to do, you know.
Shout out to Clarence, man.
Yeah.
Real name's Clarence, yeah.
And you say yes, you will love it. They did the characters right. That I'll give them. The art direction and stuff was perfect, especially with Sweet Tooth.
Sweet Tooth was definitely the highlight of the show.
Andrew with the ranking, he said 2, then Black, then 4, then 1, and then Twisted Metal for PS3, and Twisted Metal 3 is last. All right, let's jump to
can't argue with that, honestly.
Yeah, Twisted Metal 2, like I could flip Black and 2, but I'm cool with that list. Let's jump to the next game, y'all. Yo, this next game is a game that I thought was an interesting take. I know people are on both sides of the fence with it, and that's NFL Head Coach. This game dropped June 19, 2006, obviously developed by EA. I'm gonna start off with Tokyo Swift on this one, man. We a lot of times we ask for Madden, the EA to do things with their sports games, and this is one of the times they did something. I'm curious on your thoughts on NFL Head Coach.
So, like, I remember when this game first came out, and this was a super cool idea and super great concept, and it definitely appealed to like players like me who was like more like invite, like obviously like the game, like football and stuff like that, but was more interested in the X's and O's of it. Like it's like in the coaching and the scheming on it, like rather than just a plan in. And it was a great idea on paper. In practice, it wasn't there because like I said, I mean I enjoy stuff like this, but it's a niche. Right. Most people oh, I just want to oh, you mean I can't play? Like it's like because you're looking at it from this because you're not actually playing, you're just calling plays. Right. So it's like I mean, you would like why would I do that when I can just play Madden and I can call the plays and actually play, So it's like so I mean I get why it didn't really do as well as EA thought thought it should, and how I thought it should. Because honestly, I remember I stopped playing like Madden for a while, not because of like the glitch issues or like the stale gameplay stuff like that. I got mad because they took out the option to create your own playbook.
Right.
Like I used to love creating my own plays like in Madden and stuff like that, because I feel like that's, especially if you want to do a coaching thing, you want to do the franchise thing, that's what you got to do, man. Because it's like, and you got to evolve like your play playbook. You can't just be like, because the playbooks aren't cookie cutter. Like it's like you can't just take the Dallas Cowboys playbook and then give it to the Eagles. Like and then okay, cool. Hell, you can't even take the Dallas Cowboy playbook from this year and then use the same playbook 2 years from now or 2 years ago, because then you got different players, different personnel, stuff like that, like and coaches. So like, yeah, you got to have your journey evolve. So, I mean, like it was like I said, a great idea in the theory. I would like for them to do like to try it again. But I mean, I can see how it's not going to succeed. Like it's a shame for me.
Wade, what's your thoughts on NFL head coach?
I agree with Mo with everything that Tokyo Swift is saying. I think this just dropped out of the bat a wrong time, because like in 2006, Madden was good. Everybody was loving it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they actually put the effort in every aspect of the game. So they had a really good franchise mode. So there was no need for this, like Mo said. Honestly, I think this game would do a lot better today, where when the franchise mode sucks, and people not enjoying it. And even, I mean, a lot of people, I ain't gonna say a lot of people, some people don't even really like the way the game play is in general for Madden. So this would have just gave the fans something to latch on to, just to even see if it's better. You know what I'm saying? So I think they time for this would have been kind of now. They was a little bit ahead of their game. It didn't do too well. Me personally, I'm just not into a game where you can't actually play. Like,
I mean, like, that's
technically cannot play.
That's exactly what I was saying. It's like, it's like you don't like, it's at the end of the day, it's a video game, and you don't. You play video games, like you don't just sit there and watch them, because basically you could say, oh well you got a scheme or stuff like that. At the end of the day, you press a button or two, and then you just watch. So you basically watch. So it's basically an interactive sim, like more than a video game.
I would go to sleep playing this every time.
At the time, I thought this game was completely dumb, right? Now I get it. I think it's a cool concept. Before I get into my actual thoughts on the game, I would like to see them, because when you do a franchise mode in Madden, it will say, do you want to be like superstar mode? You want to lock in as a player? Do you want to lock in as a coach? Or do you want to lock in as the owner of the team? I think they should have it where if you lock in as a coach, this is what you do. You know what I mean? If you want to lock in as, quote unquote, the players, then then you control the team and then play your regular franchise mode. But I think this game, like kind of like Wave said, and Tokyo Swift, is kind of ahead of its time, because when I did the research for this game, it was like this game was great until the quarterback threw a pick, and then like just let me take over. Now, majority of the time, those people would take over and just throw a pick themselves. But like at the same time, like I get it though. Like I like how in depth this game went. Like, one of the things, this is on record, that the new college football game actually stole something from this game, and that's where you have to pay attention to every all 11 on the field, right? So, for example, in this game, it was one of the things where, like, because the Steelers are on the screen, if your left tackle is banged up and he's going against James Harrison, you got to get him out the game. He's going to keep losing. You know what I mean? Your quarterback going to keep getting sacked. They put that in the college game this year that will be out next month, actually a month from today. So I like how there's good things in this game, but it's always going to come down to, like y'all said, if I don't have the power to jump in and take over on the 2-minute drive to win the game, But then some will say, well, a real coach in real life can't. Like they
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
Bill Belichick can't get in the game and
Yeah,
play linebacker. So like,
yeah, he's not gonna run it himself.
That's the wrong coach to use, even if he could. I don't know if you want him doing it.
Right. I get both sides though. So like, yeah, man. I instead of getting like a full game like this, I would like if they could just incorporate this into the franchise mode of Madden. I think that'd be a cool mode or something.
That'd be cool. Like, yeah, that'd be cool. Like, I agree with that. That'd be cool. And I go back to Madden immediately because because like I said, I'm just like I'm one of those guys. Like I'm just interested in the X's and O's. I'm like, yeah, like throwing a 50-yard touchdown is cool, but I mean, like, yeah, but like just like the actual schemes like that, like because I forget the Madden it was, but the one like where they introduced like the scripted plays. Where you can because that's just how it is in real life. Like they're not just like coaches like going to start a game. They're not flipping through a giant playbook. Like, okay, well, like let me look for what's. They're like, hey, I know on first downs we're going to run this or that. Second downs and second down is short, we're going to run this. Second and long, we're going to run that. Second medium, we're going to run this. So yeah, so it's like it makes sense. Like, and it gave you a little bit more like control. Like, and it lets you call plays like an actual coach does. Like they don't open up it's third and 10. Let me shift through all the run plays first before I can get to the deep pass plays. They have assists in their areas like that. Yeah, it'd be cool to see. Like I said, I thought it was like fire on paper, but in practice, like it just didn't hit. Like, and I understand why it didn't hit, but I'm also saddened that it didn't hit because it's a cool concept.
Absolutely. See what the chat is saying. Andrew said back when this wasn't a cash grab, like back, you know, again, I doubt we'll see something like this incorporated, unfortunately, but you know,
I don't think it's coming. I don't think it's coming.
Just said, I didn't know about this game, but it seems really cool. It's definitely a niche game, you know. It's definitely not for everybody. And Andrew said Steelers and Colts up there sucking like they always do.
It's like because I was thinking I was like these play calls are questionable because like I don't like it because the video's been looping around, but there's one like where the Colts were on the goal line, and the Steelers were in like this garbage cover 2 zone.
Right.
I'm like, guys, like so you want them to hit the post on you, and that's exactly what they did. And I was like,
when the Colts scored,
I was like, it's like, what y'all doing?
All right, yo, let's jump to the next game. The last game we're talking about this week is a game that I was never really a fan of, so I'm curious to see y'all thoughts on it. And that's EA Sports UFC, which dropped 10 years ago, June 17th. 2014. Now, I do like the UFC as a sport and everything. I just never could play the video games. I never thought they like found them interesting. One of the things like now Game Pass perfect, right? I don't gotta buy it. I can just install it, play it, and then uninstall it when I get tired of it. But at the time, during this time, obviously you had to buy it. So I literally bought this first one, and then it just sat in the collection for a long time, and then that was about it. That's all I got to say on this. So I'm gonna pass it over to Wade. What's your thoughts on EA Sports UFC?
Well, I'm the exact opposite, bro. I love the UFC as a sport. I like the games too, not as much as I like watching it because you know obviously it's a lot more mixing up you got to do as far as combat games. I'm more of a boxing guy. I like to be very simplistic. You get to punch and that's about it. But these games with UFC, obviously, you know, you got the punching aspect, kicking aspect, the ground aspect for submissions and punching as well. So it's a lot of button combinations, a lot of getting used to. It is fun, you know, playing like career mode and stuff and just living through the lens of a UFC fighter as far as the training and the fighting and the cage go. But it when you fight somebody that know the game, so like online play, it's a different animal and it's a different place. And it could, we all know, like, if you're not good at fighting games, online mode is not the way to go because it'll make it a terrible game for you really fast. But I think they did really well catching every aspect of the game, every aspect of the UFC you know, as far as like the ground game, the standing game, the clinch game, and they have been just making it better, refining it, and it, as far as like the franchise go. So I don't got no bad things to say about it. It's a dope game.
Tokyo Swift, thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I agree with Wave. It's like, yeah, it's not like it's definitely not a bad game. It was a cool game, like because this is right around the time like we're fighting. They dropped off a cliff anyway, so it filled that niche. So like, oh hey, look, we need fighting games, you know, stuff like that. And especially UFC was blowing up anyway, so it was like it was a perfect time to drop this stuff like that. Like it's like the thing about UFC, like especially like those types of boxers or like it's just individual sports in particular, because like I talked about this with the tennis game like a couple weeks ago. Like there's no league, you know, like a conference, nothing like that. So like they're all just individually basically contractors. So it's like if you want them in a game, you got to contact everybody. Like so, and there was some people missing from this game. So it's like and it's just a point to see. But you got to take that like with a grain of salt. Like it's still a good game, you know. Like especially like if you're in the UFC, then I'm sure you had this anyway. Like and you were going to get it no matter what. So it's like yeah, I mean like I definitely like I feel like there needs to be more like fighting games like this. Like actually not talking about like Mortal Kombat, but I mean like actual technical like fighting steps because it's a good way to like to bring a sport alive, gain interest in the sport like in real life, and and then honestly like to from video game aspect to further your engine your development engine, because to do stuff like this, like whereas like it looks any like thing remote to close to being like okay, like it's so technical, because like what Wade said, boxing is easier to emulate because there's two guys like doing this, like walking back and forth, swing, boom, boom, boom. But now you got to fight, you got to sit in there, you like they're boxing, they're kicking, they're on the ground, you know, like they're jumping in time to time. So it's like so it's definitely a lot, like, but it's definitely a way like that it can make the entire genre better.
Absolutely. Now, do y'all still play the ones that you know that come out, whether it's UFC 4, Game Pass? Because they do come to Game Pass. That's why I'm curious if y'all still play them.
I think this is the last UFC season I played. Like it's like, and this is like it's just me. Like I'm just like, cause I was never really like I followed like if it was on TV, like I sit there and watch it. But I never really like actively sought it out. You know, so like it's just so it's like kind of things like, oh well, if it's on TV, I'm not going to turn from it, right? But I'm not going to manually change the channel to it either,
right?
Oh, we talking about gaming or watching? Gaming.
Both.
The last one I played was 4. I haven't bought 5 because I didn't put a lot of time in 4. So 5, I'm kind of doing what you're doing, waiting for it to come to Game Pass.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm still an avid fan of watching.
Okay. I'm just curious. All right, let's see what the chat is saying. So nothing on UFC. Gamer Lilac said Minnesota Super Bowl this year. You heard it first. All right, bro. The Vikings.
Minnesota Super Bowl.
They having a Super Bowl in Minnesota because the Vikings ain't winning.
All right, yo. So we're about to jump into topics, yo. And the first thing we talk about is, of course, we're going to talk about this Nintendo Direct. So at the time, it was still up in the air, but obviously it did end up happening that Tuesday. And kick this one off with Tokyo Swift, man. There's a lot of stuff they dropped, you know. I'm curious on your thoughts on the overall show and what you're anticipating.
I think I like the overall show. The overall show was good. Like, but it started off strong and then they kind of like lulled a little bit. It was like, come on, get on with it, get to stuff, and then they started coming back harder later on, and they finished strong, which was good. I mean, like it's because I mean it was different for me because of time I'm different. So it was like 11 p.m. when it came on, so I was like, okay, man, I need to get up in the morning, you know.
It
so
better be good.
Yeah, so it's like but they delivered on the games, like they delivered on the games where we thought they should. Like a Metroid Prime, they delivered on games that we didn't see coming, like the Marvel's Capcom collection. And then they introduced a new Legend of Zelda, like with gameplay. Like so, right. I mean, that's that's fire. So it's yeah, I mean, so overall, I just think it's a success. I like the Nintendo Directs, man. They're super cool. Like, and the recipe is in the name. They are direct. They get straight to it. Like, there's no here's Anthony Mackie. I'm actually, you know what? Like now that I think about it, we're picking on him a lot in the stream, but here's Anthony Mackie. Here's this random singer to do this performance. I'm like, no, man, let's get straight to the games, okay?
Right.
So it's I like there are some games that's coming out that I check out and stuff like that. I mean, because like I said, like the Marvel's Capcom was like in the Marvel's X-Men games like that. I was like, okay, I'm down to play that because everybody's like, oh, Marvel's Capcom 2. Me, I'm like, Marvel's Capcom 1 was the better game for me. So that's what I'm hyped on playing.
Yeah. So Wave, have you had a chance to check out the direct? And so what's your thoughts? Plus, you see the games on the screen that did get announced. So
I saw it. Okay. I was a little underwhelmed. I'm on the opposite side of Mo. You know, on Tokyo. I know he said that it kind of died in the middle. It was just not that exciting for me. Like I felt like a lot of stuff we saw already, except for like the Zelda. I don't recall seeing the Metro Prime, but I think we did see some Metro Prime stuff last time they did a direct. Maybe I'm bugging, but I swear
I saw the title screen. We didn't actually.
Yeah, you saw a title screen. Yeah,
we ain't see no gameplay. Okay, so the gameplay. I mean, honestly, it was kind of lackluster to me, and I probably feel that way because my boy Daryl saw it before me. I'm not sure if he in here today because he's usually active in the chat.
Yeah.
But he saw it before me. He kind of was like, "Yeah, it wasn't as like a normal direct." So I kind of went in there with blurred lenses, to kind of so to speak. And I agreed with him. You know, the Legend of Zelda thing was kind of cool, but he made another point when we was having a conversation about it, and he was saying, "Oh, he is here." Shout out to my boy. We had a conversation. I want to give him props for this too, because this is not my thought, but I agree with this thought as well. He was saying, they could have been made a game about Link with the Zelda thing. You know what I'm saying? Why wait so long? And I kind of agree because what's the evil door from Zelda? What's his name? Ganondorf.
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 Yeah.
They made this dude into everything: smoke clouds, worms, everything you could think of. He was in whatever world, multiverse of Zelda. And Link, it took this long to give Zelda some actual burn instead of just being like Princess Peach getting kidnapped every time. So I think I think they could have expanded on this a lot sooner and made it kind of like a Mario universe. I don't understand why people don't take advantage like Mario do. When they introduce all of their characters a lot sooner, they give them they kind of spin off a lot sooner, and especially after Mario made his Mario kind of did good early, and then he just gave him a spinoff kind of quickly. It wasn't like right away, but it didn't take 10, 15, 20 years to get Luigi a game. Luigi got Luigi Mansion and all the other stuff a while ago. Wario got a whole bunch of games, so they could have did this. And then is like the art style is not that great to me from what I saw on the Zelda thing. I think they could have made it a lot better, especially since this is the first time we get to see it from Zelda's point of view. You know what I'm saying? I think they should have went all in, and I don't feel like they did it on that. So I know I'm being really harsh, but Nintendo real secretive. So when they give us something, no pause, no Diddy, whatever. When they give us something, like I expect for it to like blow my mind. You know what I mean? No Diddy again. That's crazy.
That's fair, man. Yo, that's fair. I'm probably somewhere in the middle because, like, although I thought the direct was good, I think Nintendo shot themselves in the foot, man. As soon as they said you won't hear anything about the successor to the Nintendo Switch on this, the direct, I knew what was coming. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna be honest, the reception to it was actually better than I thought it'd be. I thought everybody was just gonna crap all over it regardless. But I think, for example, Metroid Prime, seeing the gameplay, even though it's 2025, I know some folks are upset with that, but I think that was hype. The Zelda, the fact that there's a new Zelda game dropping a month away, I think got folks hype. I know as soon as I saw the art style, I know they've done something like this in the past, and people hit or miss with it. Turok and Perfect Dark coming to the expansion pack that same day. I thought that was a cool shock. Like, okay, cool. Especially if you're a big fan of Perfect Dark and Turok, as they continue to put more of the as they put the mature 17 games on the expansion pack. I thought that was dope. The Mario and Luigi game, again, a surprise. Didn't even hear about that they was working on that. So I like what they were doing. It's similar in a way to the Xbox show, whereas some stuff we heard of, they announced it, they gave it a date. There was stuff we didn't hear about, and then there was stuff that was like that could be cool, and I don't know if it's for me, like the Looney Tunes basketball game. Okay. Basketball coming to Nintendo Switch Sports. Cool.
I like that.
Yeah. I thought that was cool. The Donkey Kong remake, the returns, that one I'm on. I'd rather see a new Donkey Kong game, right?
But
this is how they shoot themselves in the foot, because some of these games could just be waiting for the successor to the Switch. We just don't know. But like Tokyo Swift said, the biggest thing for me was the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. Nobody saw that coming. That wasn't even like a thing in our minds, and I think that's gonna be super dope. I can't wait for that. Overall, I thought the direct was good, but it's just right now, anything except the successor to the Switch, I feel like it's gonna feel to some degree lackluster, right? Because that's what we're waiting on.
I feel you, and I definitely agree with that, because like once they said we're not gonna focus, like we're not gonna say anything about the successor. I'm like, okay, so to me that means like, okay, look, we're gonna announce some fire, and we don't want that to take away from it, because so basically they might as well say, hey, by the way, we're confirming right now that Metroid Prime 4 is coming. But I thought they was gonna take it a little step further. I thought they was gonna talk about the new Pokemon game that's coming out, the Legends of ZA. I thought, and honestly, I thought cause I think I even put it in the chat. I thought that they were going to maybe announce a new Animal Crossing, because
Daryl mentioned that too, by the way.
Yeah, I thought they was going to announce a new Animal Crossing because they like a New Horizons, the game that came out in 2020. They said they were going to support that for 3 years. It's been 4 years since the game came out. So I thought, okay, look, we're going to announce the next one. It's probably going to be a launch title, for the new system. So it's like I thought it would be Prime for that, but it's like, okay, Prime, like a no pun intended. But but it's but yeah, I thought that's what they were going to do. They were going to hey, look, we're not going to talk about the new console, because we're going to talk about the heavy hitters that we got coming out for it. Now I know that Animal Crossing is big enough because it has its own directs. Animal Crossing has its own directs. Pokemon have their own directs and stuff like that. So but they usually tease it first, and then hey, look, and then more on Animal Crossing Direct in July, stuff like that. So I was actually kind of shocked that they didn't announce it.
Yo, and outside of that though, you know what would have made this hype too? if they put Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver on the fucking expansion pass.
They're not
What
gonna
are
do
they
that.
waiting for, bro? Nobody is still buying these games. There's no, but they're gonna put Street
yes, they
Fighter
are.
Ultimate.
That's the
Bro.
problem, Wave. Yes, they are.
Yes, they
And the
are.
But
fact
they
is,
buying them at resale prices. Nobody's going directly. They going to directly to Nintendo to buy these games. They not. Are
Oh
they
no,
still
because
selling them?
They can't.
Yeah.
Like
Right. So
like,
what are they waiting for?
the
like,
successor to the
sometimes
Nintendo Switch.
yeah,
Like,
because
That's
like
bullshit. Because it ain't gonna look
like,
no better. It's gonna look the same.
yeah, it's gonna look the same. Like but yeah, but yeah, like people were saying, it's like yeah, like I thought that they would come a little bit harder, like pause, like with with the with the announcements, like the heavy hitters, like okay, like the Looney Tunes sports game, okay, like that seems cool, but nobody was checking for that, like you know,
Nah,
like
Mario Strikers looked like it was better than that too.
right, like the Donkey Kong Country Returns, technically. That's a remake, so technically it's Donkey Kong Country Returns, you know. So like
Right.
they return for the second time. So it's like, I mean, like it's like yeah, like I don't need like the remake. I'm like just make a new Donkey Kong game, guys. Just make a new Donkey Kong game. Like it's okay. I promise you it'll be okay.
Look, man, the Nintendo Switch sold over 12 million units so far this year.
That's crazy.
They now
insane.
They now 1.5 million away from passing the PS2 in US sales. They already eclipsed them in Japanese sales. It's only a matter of time before the Switch becomes the highest selling console of all time.
They selling the light as Nintendo Switch.
We're not doing that again, Wade.
I know we don't want to go back to that.
But it's the same console, though.
It is not, but we ain't gonna do this right now because it's gonna we'll have an episode to discuss that shit.
Yo, man, it's one of those things that like I think similar to like what me and Tokyo Swift were saying. It's like they was like, yo, no, we're not talking about the Switch until 2025, right? I mean, the successor. This is the last hurrah for the Switch, and then everything else is next year. Like, so the rumor is right now is February or March that they're going to have a direct to talk about this next Nintendo Switch 2, whatever you want to call it, Super Nintendo Switch. And I think this was like, okay, we're going to get these games, especially the Metroid, especially the Zelda, even though I'm the Metroid I was hype on, but I'm like, damn, because they're going to, the moment you buy that for the regular Switch, they're going to port it to the successor, and then you have to buy it all over again.
It's okay.
The Super Nintendo Switch, I'm going to be tight.
Yeah, it really does need to be called Super Nintendo Switch. But I'm like, with that's okay. I mean, because people forget that, or maybe they just didn't even know that Breath of the Wild came out on the Wii U as well.
The Wii U, yeah.
So I mean, it's fine. I mean. Yeah, exactly. See, it's because obviously nobody's buying it for that because it was also a launch title for the Switch. Yeah. So but they still released it on the Wii U. So I'm like, yeah, it's it's okay. If they release it and they're gonna port it over, it's fine because it's hopefully it just be backwards compatible anyway. They're definitely going to release it on both consoles, especially because they're still trying to push people to buy the Switch. So they're not gonna have you try to buy a Switch. Oh, hey, buy the Switch to buy it to get this game. Yeah, now stop playing the Switch and go buy this new Switch, and then buy the same game over again. It's don't
forget the Switch Lite. Buy all three of them in the OLED. Don't forget the
OLED. In the OLED too. Yeah.
Andrew said maybe it's just me, but I feel Nintendo stuck on the same level. Look, man,
they are.
When you're selling what they're selling, this is rarefied air, man. Now, granted, 4 out of the top 5 spots are Nintendo stuff, but so for them it's not rarefied air. But
this is probably a good reason why I didn't like the direct. It feel like they're not making a step. They're not taking a risk or taking a step. They know it works. I get it, but they not taking a risk to make better stuff.
But I mean, this would be like them dropping Starfield on the Xbox One, right? As it was coming to a close. If the consoles drop it next year, like everybody's saying, and they got a new Mario game for it. They got some Pokemon joint for it, which the Pokemon Z, the A, we still don't. They said it's 2025, but we don't know if that's the Switch or the successor. So Pokemon possible. Animal Crossing's always at play. Sakurai just recorded his last video for Smash, so now people are speculating a new one's coming. You never know what you're going to get. I think Mario Kart 9, there's stuff that they can have in play for this, because Nintendo, the one thing they do, they front load the lineup for their new hardware. So I'm very curious to see what they do with that. But I get it though, man. The Switch has been around for what, 7 years now, which is crazy because the PS2 it didn't get to 150 until like 2009. So like, and so basically, not only is it going to eclipse the PS2, it's going to do it faster. That's the wild part. The PS2 again had 3 different models as well.
See, but like that's the thing, because like the Switch, because like people were like, oh well, like Nintendo Switch, like that's the best console ever. And I say is because it's the only console ever that one household needed multiple Switches. Like think about it, you don't like who in a house had multiple Xbox 360s or multiple Dreamcasts or multiple 64s. It's because because it just makes sense to get multiple Switches. Like me and my wife both have a Switch. Like it's like I mean it's a precedent in a console game. So it's like it's just the fact that like they're like it made it not be a super purchase like to get multiple consoles, because even when Nintendo 64 was dropping new color palettes like they were some Jordans back in the late 90s. It's like even I got the red one but I want the blue one. Just trade it in and and just get another one. But nobody's trading in their Switch to get another one. They're like, I'll just cop that one. The wife was talking about, especially going back to the direct. My wife was talking like when she saw all like the Legend of Zelda, the other Switch Lite. She's like, I gotta get it.
That's because of the hybrid capabilities, man. Because you could take it with you. If you could fucking pick up the middle of your N64 and walk out the crib and play it, people will have multiple, because then you got to make sure you got one when they take theirs away.
The concept is genius, man.
It makes sense, yeah. That's why the light in the Switch ain't the same. But
Daryl might have said they'll pass it with the new Zelda Switch that's coming out.
Because
they're going to get it.
It looks fire. Because it looks fire. Yeah. So it's
and Zelda. Pokemon, Mario, they sell consoles with the new releases. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Vix James said hi. What's going on, bro?
Yo.
What's good? It was good. All right, let's jump to the next item we talking about, and that is FromSoft developer thinks that games can be improved in the difficulty for both good and bad. So we're gonna bring up the exact quote right about now. So, not trying to butcher it, but Hidetaka Miyazaki. How'd I do, Tokyo Swift?
Yeah, you got it.
All right, cool.
Hidetaka Miyazaki.
Hidetaka Miyazaki said, "We obviously understand players use guides, but we don't make or plan." He said, "But we don't make or plan anything with that as a prerequisite. If anything, we try to cater to the player who's completely blind and wants to go through organically. If they can't do it, then there's some room for improvement on our behalf, and we like to try to embrace those players more in the future." This comes from the creator of Elden Ring, a notorious game for its difficulty. So, both of you I know played and enjoyed Elden Ring as I did. I'm very curious to y'all thoughts on this, because FromSoft games have a reputation of their own, like in terms of their difficulty spikes and stuff like that. So basically saying like he understands, a lot of players need guides to help beat their games, and if you have to have one to beat it, then they got some room to improve and make it more accessible. What's your thoughts on this? I'll start with Wave.
I think he only really saying this because the influx of casual players that's coming to the franchise, including myself. You know what I'm saying? Like the hype of Elden Ring is what kind of got me curious, and the actual gameplay is what kept me there. And um, I still play Elden Ring now, and it's they didn't change the difficulty. I think that's kind of what makes their games good. You know, you kind of gotta. They don't give you anything, so you gotta
Right.
figure it out. But at the same time, they do allow people in the game to leave messages on the ground, which help you throughout the game. So it's not like you're completely. They don't give you anything. They give you a
Sure.
way to kind of communicate through the game to help people that's kind of either new to the game or people that people that's new to the game that probably never played, some people that just didn't play that actual title. And I think they shouldn't cater to the casuals, because I would mess up what they built, you know, because they have it's not just Elden Ring. They got Dark Souls, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne. I'm missing one, but whatever. The franchise is more than just Elden Ring, and everybody
Right.
just coming in Elden Ring complaining about the difficulty. They're not really fans of the franchise. If they are new to the franchise, they didn't do their research. Go see what the other games is like. They all difficult like this, and
That's
it
fair.
just make you better. You got to work on your timing. You got to be patient. You do those things, you'll be fine. I don't think he should cater to nobody. Keep making these games the way it is. Oh, Shiko, the dude with the
Sekiro.
one, Seiko, however you say.
Sekiro.
Sekiro.
Yeah, see,
Shadows
this
of
why
Dice
you
twice.
read Jay and I
Shadows
don't.
Dice twice. Tokyo Soup, what's your thoughts, man? You know, they got the reputation, but wants to probably make it more accessible to people coming in for the first time.
I can like Frank Ocean said, man. I can see on both sides, like Chanel, man. Like it's like I get it. It's like, because like from a business standpoint, the more people have access to your games, the more people play your games. Obviously, the more games you're going to sell. The more games you sell, the bigger your budget can get for the next game and
Right.
things like that. So I get it from that standpoint. But at the same time, like I said last week, we get Gamer Live. Look, we start talking about baseball. You got to cater to your hardcore fans, the fans that got you there in the first place.
Right.
Like that's who you cater to. And then because like wait, it said the games are supposed to be difficult. The games are supposed to be challenging and stuff like that. Keep it like that. I honestly, like, I would say, you know what, like I go like it's a hot take for you. Like I think the games are hard enough. Like it's like yo, like you gotta really lean into it and make it so like it's super difficult, because that's what from games are known for. Like they're known for their difficulty. Lean into that, man. Make it so that it's super hard, and if you don't think it's hard enough, make a mode that make it extra hard on top of that.
Tokyo. I'm sorry. I know you was in the midst, you was flowing, but bro, you said they ain't make it hard enough. Wasn't you with me and Daryl trying to beat the Tree Sentinel, and he was whipping our ass for like 2 hours straight? That's not hard enough for you? He was beating us,
but
bro,
what I'm saying,
for 2 hours straight. Three
but
of
yeah,
us.
but yeah, like they did, but like I said, that's the goal of the game. Like the goal is the game. Like yo, it's like they're gonna punish you for any like slight mistake, and it forces you to get better. Because like I've always had this belief, like, and I've shared it here. It's like if you're not playing the game on the hardest difficulty that the developer put out for you, then you didn't beat the game. You just got by it. You know, right. So it's like, yeah, so like, because once you beat a game like that, you're like, okay, man, I beat the game. This is fire. This is great. You know, like I feel good about myself like that. Like I feel a lot different. Like say another Craft Treasure. I beat that game. And then I also was playing the Bluey game with my daughter at the same time, and we beat that game. I don't feel as much as accomplishment beating the Bluey game as I did another Crash Treasure, and it's because of the difficulties. Right, I'm like, so I feel like it gives you more of a sense of accomplishment when you do it, and I think that like I said, it's those games are supposed to be hard. That's the catch, you know, like, hey, oh yeah, it's hard. It's not for the faint of heart, you know, like you gotta really master the mechanics and stuff like that and learn how to do this and do that and stuff like that. There are guides out, or like you YouTube any game and you'll find, oh hey, walk through here, walk through there, 10 things you missed like about this game, 10 things the game didn't tell you on that games like that. So if you're really stuck and you're struggling to get through stuff, there are resources. I mean, like there are resources for that. Even back then in the 90s, like they were getting gamer guides, like in print. But now it's like you can just pull it up, or you can pull it up on your phone while you're playing at the same time, and just literally just walk through it just like this, play it through like that. So I mean, it's like you don't need to make it. You don't need to make the game any easier. Like I said, like if anything, I said like lean into it. Like your fans want the difficulty. Give your fans what they want, the difficulty. The casuals, like okay, you don't get more of the casuals. That's fine. But if you alienate your initial fan base, you're not going to like get any get more casuals, because the hardcore fan base will tell the casuals, nah, don't play this game anymore. They used to be this, but they sold out. So it's like, yeah, so I mean, you're going to lose fans regardless. So like if you're going to lose fans, like no matter what you do, stick with your hardcore fans.
I definitely see what both of you are saying. One thing that I find hilarious about this is he's saying this when the DLC drops 2 days from now. And one of the things with that is some people are upset because in order to access the DLC, you have to defeat the Lord of Blood, Mohg, right? And and gain access to the Withered Arm, which starts out the beginning of the DLC. Well, a lot of people haven't done that. So they want to play the DLC, but they can't because they haven't defeated it. And now IGN and GameSpot and stuff, they're putting out like guides and stuff, right, to how to do it, so that way they can get ready for the DLC. And I think there might be a little panic. That's like if some players can't get to certain things, they could see them giving up, right? Just saying, all right, we're not going to play the DLC, or we're not going to buy the next game, and I see both sides. On one hand, it's like, okay, you don't want to lose that core fan base because the people who just came in, they're not guaranteed to stay anyway. Elden Ring was such a hit that some folks hopped on, and they'll probably hop off before the sequel ever comes out. So it's like, you don't want to, right? You don't want to get rid of that core fan base. We've seen companies make that mistake and water games down and make it more accessible. Hell, to a lesser degree, look what happened with Super Mario Sunshine. Like, they took a whole different direction, and some folks never got back on the train. Luckily, it's Mario, so it already has a gigantic fan base, but some people are just getting around now to playing Galaxy 1 and 2 and finding out it's actually a good game. Those are good games because they gave up on Mario. You know what I mean? After Sunshine. So I think it's important to cater to your fan base, but at the same time, I understand, you know, if you want to sell more games, then you probably got to water it down some. I'm sure there's a balance somewhere in there. But I just find this whole thing interesting now that the DLC is 2 days away now.
You want to hear something funny before we move on? The DLC is rumored to be harder than the original game.
Right.
Be harder, more difficult. Good. So he said this is funny. It's funny.
Daryl Miner says Elden Ring is by far the hardest game I ever beat. He can kiss my ass with that beat ass. He doesn't cater to casual gamers at all. Like,
he's trolling because DLC gonna be harder.
Yeah, like it's a good game. I'm like, it's a good game, and it's a good game because of that difficulty. And when you beat it, it gives you that sense of accomplishment. Right? Man. Like it's like, cause like it's a badge of honor. Like, I beat Dark Souls 3. You know, blah blah. So like that. I know what I'm saying. Like, yo, you know what? Make it harder. Like put a permadeath mode on that would be crazy. It's like yo, look, like that's what I'm saying. But people are going to want to do it. People are going to want to try it and stuff like that. And it kind of just makes the game like an urban legend. It's like it's like it's like okay, like hey, this game is super notoriously hard, man. Because like I was actually watching a video I forget like what YouTube channel it was, but it was like 10 hardest games. Like in one of the games, like it was like a Japanese shooter game. Like I don't even know if it came out in the US, but it was like it has like a super hard mode. And it's like, you know how long it took for anybody to complete it? It took 7 years. Like for literally anyone to just complete it, like not speed run, not 100% sense in it, just from start to finish, like on super hard mode. I'm like now that's more of a job. Like it's not like they're playing the game like that. That's wild. But the fact that like somebody actually played the game for 7 years trying to beat it and then officially did it, and like now it's like yo. Like the sense of accomplishment that comes with that. Like it's like yo, like it doesn't like games are more fun when they're hard because like it gives you that challenge. Because if you could just breeze through it, then like oh well, like I can just do whatever. Like I'm not even barely even paying attention. But if as soon as you press start and then oh damn, I died already. like as soon as I press start, it's like wait, hold on, fam. Like you're trying to get better at it. You're trying to like learn the mechanics.
That's a good point.
That's
a great point. Because looking back now. Not that it's the same type of game, but that's why Super Mario Wonder has such a fan base because the game was difficult. Like some levels were very easy, right? But then there were some levels that, on average, like there's a level where Tokyo Swift saw it. You jump through the blocks, time the music. On average, it said it took on average like 20-25 tries to beat it. And once you beat it, you're like, hell yeah.
Yeah. Cause I remember that because we woke all the kids up in the house. Like,
right.
It's like, so what? They need to come out here and see what their dads just did, you know?
Right.
So,
Big James said, wasn't familiar with Elden Ring, peeping gameplay as we speak. Definitely check it out.
You gotta play it, fam. Yeah, like, definitely. Yo, like it is fire, man. It's hard, but it's fire.
All right, yo. So let's get into the spin wheel, man. Yeah, ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it.
Show.
If we had this one already, right? The game developer, what type of game would you make?
Yeah.
All right, skip it. Get to the next one. What's a sports game you hate but everyone else loves?
NBA 2K22.
I don't think nobody love that motherfucker.
Oh, like, because I know every time I say it, like they're like, "Oh, what you mean?" It was like that was fire. I'm like that shit was garbage, man. Like, that's the game that made me stop playing, playing 2K. Like I haven't played a 2K game since.
Hate? Damn, that's a strong word. Probably Streets Home Court or Home Front, whatever the fuck that was.
That's
the one with Carmelo on it. That shit was trash.
I don't think anybody likes that game though.
Some people did love it.
Like that game killed the franchise.
Yeah, it definitely did. Did my answer count then? Shit,
for me, this one is easy, and that's Madden 2005. Like, I was so hype on ESPN 2K5 that even going back now and playing it, and Madden 2005 is called like 04 and 05. They go back and forth as one of the two best Maddens of all time. Like, and yet I still playing that game. It's just like it's just not ESPN 2K5. So even though at times I go back and play it because I'm trying to see what everybody else was seeing, I just like nah, man. Like it's crazy though because even though it's kind of like the same game as 04, and I love 04, it's just Madden 05 felt so samey, just add in the hit stick versus ESPN 2K5, which did all types of stuff. So my answer is Madden 2005, even though the cover with Ray Lewis and stuff was dope and everything, but I gotta go Madden 05.
Oh yeah, the intro with Ray Lewis, he talking.
Right. All right, let's
That
get to the
was
next
fire.
one. Have you ever played a video game that you felt was not given enough credit?
Oh,
So I'll kick this one off. Spec Ops: The Line. I talk about it a lot on the show. Military game, dealt a lot with mental health. This is like probably like 2011, 2012. I thought that game was incredible. It's just drowned out by Call of Duty, as everything else was during the time, but it did take a different approach, and it attacked it from like the mental health and PTSD that military members go through. I thought it was so dope. Cool scene with friendly fire. That happens in the campaign. I thought that game was great. That's just, again, at that time, 2011, what we talking about? Black Ops 1, Black Ops, yeah. So like,
yeah. Black Ops 1.
I didn't expect it to get much press, but I thought that game was good.
The game for me got to be Grounded, man, and that's more recent. I don't remember the exact year it came out, but Grounded is like think Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah,
but with a obviously is with a lot more different insects,
right?
And I feel like if that game would get, I don't know if it's marketing, maybe, but if it was to get marketed a little bit better, I think it would have a lot more of a fan base because of the idea of the game, which is
right.
You kids in the backyard, you get stranked by scientists. Is that whole nostalgia feel with crafting, survival, fighting insects, just trying to get back to normal size. I think the idea is dope. I think they did a great job executing the game. They still adding stuff to it as we speak. They just did an update not too long ago. So I feel like that game don't get enough credit for being a good game.
That is a good one. Tokyo Swift, what you got?
Honestly, like, we don't have enough time like for all the games like that I was thinking about. But like, if I had to do one in particular, it's definitely Dante's Inferno. Because Dante's Inferno, like, it was a really good game, but like it got written off a lot mostly by Sony fanboys like as a God of War clone, right. And it was the same style like as hack and slash, it's like they even had the same like quick time events, like oh you gonna open up this door, just keep mashing like the B button or the circle button or whatever,
right,
blah blah. So it's like I can see it on that, but I'm like, but if you look past that, like if you like, because the story was great. The story, like, first of all, the story was great. The design was great, like the set design, because it's basically like it's based off the actual real life poem, like a play of Dante's Inferno, where
right.
The guy, he gets ferried through the nine circles of hell. So it's like, and then you go through the 9 circles of hell, and then you see like limbo and lust and gluttony, it's like that, and you see how each circle is dramatically different with different enemies and like in different like, so I mean, like, it was like in terms of design, like it's probably one of the best games that I played. Like, it's like it was so much fun. I played through it like at least three times already.
Yeah.
And I just wish that like people who didn't just write off as a God of War clone and then just never play it. I'm like it's a really good game.
Yeah, and Dante's Inferno was special, man. And despite it coming out 1 month before God of War 3. I still
Yeah.
think it's better than God of War 3. And I'm a big God of War fan.
Honestly, I agree with you. I think it is too. Like, cause I'm a huge God of War fan. Like, God of War is the only reason why I had play A stations at the time. Like,
Right.
that's why I would get. Like, I got a PS3 so I can play God of War 3.
Right.
But yeah, like I liked it better. Like, like Dante's Front. Like, it was good. It was so good. Like, it was great. Like, and then. It was like I'm so mad that because they did set themselves up for a sequel and they never got it. Like
Right.
and like I wanted more of that story. Like so,
Yeah.
but it is what it is.
Absolutely. Let's get to one more, then we'll get out of here, man.
It could have been Devil May Cry 2 added on top of the God of War. That was popping around that time too.
Yeah.
Next Xbox One game is like
Grand Theft Auto 5 off the rip.
I mean, yeah, like it's kind of hard to disagree with that because I mean the game's been out for like 40 years, like and it's still like
shit
still
definitely older than my oldest.
but like let me see, like outside of Grand Theft Auto,
I got
if I had to pick an Xbox One game, an Xbox One game.
I got one.
Go ahead then. Go ahead.
Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah,
it's still going strong.
That's one.
It's still going strong.
Like that.
The game is still going strong. Like Grand Theft Auto, still going strong. Came out 2015. Vix James, if you in the chat, help me out, man. We put in so much time on Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah, he didn't help you. He put Halo in the chat.
Yeah, he put Halo. Yes.
Yeah, he did not help.
Oh
so
man,
there's that. Like,
damn, bro.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only one. That's the only game that is like burnt in my head because I play so much of that on the Xbox One.
No Titanfall.
Yeah. Titanfall 4 was great, man. But Titanfall was great, but I mean, it wasn't
better than GTA. Nah,
it was not better than GTA. Like I do miss Titanfall because I remember we used to run like hard on Titanfall. Like it was fun. It was a good. I mean, it was a fun. I don't know what they did with the second one, but like I hope that that one day they revisit it, and then like I don't need a remaster because I mean like Titanfall 1 it's like only Game Pass, so I mean I can just play Titanfall 1 like so. I mean like just give me a third game, go back to basics, you know.
They probably not because Apex doing so well.
Red Dead 2.
I didn't know. I don't like Red Dead. Like I didn't care for it. Like Sekiro. Yeah, Sekiro. I mean. Sekiro did come out during like the Xbox One era.
Did it?
Yeah, it did because I remember I had it for the I bought it for PS4, but because that was back when I was trying to be fair. Like people like, oh, you don't like PlayStation. So like look, I'm gonna buy it, even though I should buy it on Xbox. I'm gonna buy it on PS4. Just to say, like, look, I do be playing my PlayStation, and but PS4 like had a PS4 Pro. The PS4 Pro graphics could not hold up to the game, right. So it literally like would cut off. The screen would cut off, and then cut back on, like, and then as we just talked about, from games are extremely difficult. I can't fight a boss that punish you with instant death moves, and my screen is cutting out. So like yeah, so it's like like
that's a tough one.
I mean,
like
it looks
Gears
like
5,
it's
The Witcher 3, Gears 5, The Witcher 3, GTA.
Destiny came off for Xbox One on 360.
Destiny 2 did.
No, like
they both did. Yeah,
they both did.
So I gotta. So either if I can't pick GTA 5, I gotta pick the first Destiny.
Okay.
But if I could pick GTA 5, it's GTA 5.
You ever played Metal Gear 5, Phantom Pain?
Yeah, it's not better than neither one of the games.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not bad. Like
Minecraft.
What?
Minecraft.
Ooh,
No,
No.
my Minecraft came out for 360.
Right. I forgot. I got ported. Yeah.
Minecraft looked like it came out for the NES,
Yeah, like,
and they just kept on porting it.
Forza Horizon 4. That was a good one. I can't even front on that one. That was a good one.
I try not to
I didn't
put
even play
racing games because like all they gotta do is make cars, and I know
Come on.
that is more difficult than I'm making it sound, but
I mean,
it's
hell,
not
like-
as difficult as making cars, multiple people, missions for those people.
I mean, hey,
You know?
Rocket League, like Rocket League is better than Forza if you're talking about cars.
Nah, we're not doing that.
No, yeah, you bugging.
Like
Gerald said
Red
Dead
I'm like,
Redemption
okay,
2.
but like,
I got a
I got GTA 5
honorable
over that.
mention because obviously we could say Grand Theft Auto. I just didn't want to, but Rise of the Tomb Raider. I really enjoyed that game on the Xbox One.
yeah,
That
like
shit was so fire, bro.
Yeah,
that's a hard game because it's like I'm because like I would like I said before, I wasn't really that big of a fan of the Tomb Raider series, but then I remember playing that and I was like, yo, I need the next game ASAP. Like
Yeah,
I
that
need
was
the next
fire.
game stat. Like I need the next game
Facts.
ASAP.
Facts. Yo, Daryl, I'm surprised you ain't say Destiny 2. I mean Destiny, the first Destiny, like I was saying. Because we spent hours on that game, bro. We put so many hours on Destiny. It's not even funny.
he called you out.
Nah, I'm just surprised. I'm just
Yo.
surprised.
But that's all we got this week, yo. Next week we'll be back. Y'all appreciate y'all with the schedule change this week. We'll be back next week, same time, same channel. Tokyo Swift, appreciate you joining us as always on your Thursday afternoon or whatever it is, morning.
Yeah, Thursday morning, but it is about to be lunchtime though.
Right. Wave, take it away, bro.
Hey, yo, we appreciate everybody for coming through with the support, regardless of how you support it, whether you liked, shared, followed.
Time out. I gotta address this. I'm sorry. We never did this before. He said, yeah, that's facts, but Red Dead Redemption 2 is the best game ever made.
Hell no.
Man, like it's like what fam, what you sipping on, man? Like send some my way, man.
Yo, Daryl, man, I'm sorry. I had to do that, man.
The best game ever made, though?
Ever is
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's not even the best Rockstar game.
it damn sure ain't. That shit ain't better than Grand Theft Auto 5, bro. Hell no. It ain't no way.
He doubled down. He said ever.
Ever.
Yeah, he's bugging. Somebody
Right.
slipped him a Mickey or something.
you better rub on a furry wall, man.
Right.
Life gave him a Jeffrey.
Hey, man. Yo, he's standing on business. He's like Kendrick. Sometimes you got to pop out of show niggas.
He popped the hell back in with that take. That was there.
Man.
The ever is insane.
That's wild. Like that's okay. I mean, hey, you're like that is your
next week.
That is your opinion, and you're entitled to have it.
Yeah.
It's wrong. It's wrong,
Yes.
but you're entitled to have it though.
GTA 5 better than Red Dead.
Yes, absolutely. I'm standing on that.
Oh man. All right, yo, we'll catch y'all next week, man. We're gonna kick off this next week's show with this. Daryl Miner, make sure you're there, man.
Yeah, immediately.
Get him the link to be on the show because he got to go to court now.
Yeah,
he
he
gotta take
do
that to court.
want to come on the show, so you might have to make that happen next week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna holler at him throughout the
Bet.
week and see how we can make that happen. 'Cause he gotta explain this bullshit.
He's standing on
Let's
it.
go,
Red
let's
Dead
go.
2, the
Yeah,
best
I
game,
would.
the
Yeah,
best
see
game of
this.
all time.
Like okay, man. Okay.
On that
Okay.
note, thank you for
Okay.
any support that you gave us, like, sharing, comment, whatever you did, man. We do appreciate it. We'll see you next week on Tuesday at 9:05. God willing. See you there. Peace and love.
We out. Peace.
Later, man.